So here we are at St Peter's Church in Alresford in Essex, which is just outside of Colchester. And the reason we've come to this church is because it is meant to be one of the most haunted churches in the UK. Now, for the record, I don't believe in ghosts. Do you?
Possibly.
Right, okay. So I'm sceptic, he's on the edge. But there's another reason why we've chosen this church. It's because
My great-great-great-grandfather is buried under the altar inside the church.
okay, so if you've seen other videos on YouTube regarding this church, you will have seen one where a candle lights up, and there's another one where a guy runs off and he's really scared, okay, and they've got no connection to this church whatsoever. But Steve here has. So tonight, okay, on our first ever ghost hunt, we're going to hunt this church. Yeah, it's alright, I can move it over. Why's that? Come on. What's that?
The services are still held in St Andrews.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
So, as you'll see at the beginning of the video, okay, the church was destroyed by fire in 1971. And there we have it. Okay, so this is what remains of the church. Oh, look, friendly bat just come past. But what we're going to do is, we're going to go to Steve's grandfather's, or great-great-grandfather's grave. Okay, and what was his name, Steve?
Captain Matthew Martin.
And he was an MP, is that right? Or he was the...
He was Mayor of Colchester at some stage, and yeah, he was local MP.
And he was a director at the East India...
Yeah, he was director of the
right,
East
yeah,
India
okay.
Company, and he sailed to Marlborough.
And this is his grave. Okay, so let's see if we can get it. There we go, Matthew Martin. Okay, so this is the family vault. This is the altar. Now, I watched the video, and like I say, I don't believe in ghosts. Okay, but the last video we watched, a candle caught fire in here, which was utter nonsense, and a so-called shadow person was hanging around this doorway. So what we're going to do tonight is, we're going to set up cameras on this door, on that, and we're going to conduct a few experiments using balls and lights. Right.
Literally here when I walk across here now, I'll stop, but there'll be like another two behind me sort of thing.
So if we take a walk outside the church, And now where that light is the entrance to the family tomb. Now we don't know whether the tomb is here underneath where Steve is standing, which would make sense, or whether the tomb is behind, if you just shine your torch over there, Steve, where the torch is now, where when you look at aerial photography, there is a big patch which indicates that there's something under there, but that could still be the church floor, because the grass and the mud would have encroached on the church over the years. Bearing in mind, you know, it's what, 49 years since the church burnt down. So the interesting thing about Essex is it does have a lot of haunted history, so to speak, with likes of Casheswell in London, Runwell Church at Runwell, Canewden, the village, the whole village is bloody haunted apparently, Alresford, Colchester, which is about 10 miles up the road from here, which is Colchester Castle's meant to have its own resident ghost. And then not too far from there is, what's the name of that place? The most haunted place in England, by Sudbury. Yep. Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's so haunted, you know, I've forgotten it. It'll come back to us. Oh dear. Borley Manor. Borley Rectory. Yeah, Borley Rectory. So the history of Borley Rectory is it was built, the manor house was built, or the rectory was built on top of a monastery which was demolished. And apparently a nun had an affair with a monk. The monk was hung and the nun was buried in the walls of the, I'm assuming it was the monastery. There goes another camera. Because the wind has suddenly picked up really, really heavily. What's the chances of that happening? Do you want to go pick that one up? So all of a sudden, balls are moving because the wind, as you can see, out of nowhere, has just picked up really, really bad. I'm going to move outside. Here we are outside. And here we go back inside. Yeah, Steve, come and stand out. Now this is weird. I can smell something burning. Come and stand where I am. Can you smell it? There's a fire.
Yeah.
Can you smell it? I'm not, mate. That's not my imagination. There is a really strong smell of burning all of a sudden. This is weird. I still don't think it's a ghost. I think somebody somewhere has probably got a bonfire. But I can smell really strong burning now. I can't put this camera back because it keeps falling down.
Yeah, so with this, I'll get to a minute with this.
What if I stick it? Because the wind has suddenly picked up really, really heavy. What's the chances of that happening? So all of a sudden, balls are moving because the wind, as you can see, out of nowhere, has just picked up really, really bad. I'm going to move outside. Here we are outside. And here we go back inside. out. Now this is weird. I can smell something burning. Stand where I am. Can you smell it? There's a fire. Can you smell it? I'm not, mate. That's not my imagination. There is a really strong smell of burning. This is weird. I still don't think it's a ghost. I think somebody somewhere has probably got a bonfire. But I can smell really strong burning now. I can't put this camera back because it keeps falling down.
Yeah, so with this, just hold it for a minute. With
What if I stick it here? The thing with this one is, if you look at it, Steve, try not to work on that one, but if you look at it, the screen's cracked about 20 times.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's set to forward screen.
This is set to backward screen.
Boiling
Rectory. Yeah, Borley Rectory. So the history of Borley Rectory is it was built, the manor house was built, or the rectory was built on top of a monastery, which was demolished. And apparently a nun had an affair with a monk.
Yeah, I believe so,
The
yeah.
monk was hung and the nun was buried in the walls of the the monastery. There goes another camera. Because the wind has suddenly picked up really, really well. All of a sudden, balls are moving because the wind, as you can see, out of nowhere, has just picked up really, really bad. Well, this is weird. I can smell something burning. Can you stand where I am? You smell it? It's fire. Where? You smell it? Oh, no, mate, I don't make no stuff. This is weird. I still don't think it's a ghost. It's somebody somewhere, someone's got a bonfire. But I can smell really strong burning now. Thing with this one is, if you look at it, Steve,